What's up guys, go back to our video, and recently we just got the official trailer for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series coming to Disney Plus on May 25th, and in this trailer it features the return of Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and within the trailer there are some cool, exciting stuff to look forward to in this series, especially for some new characters being introduced in this series, such as the Inquisitors, like the Grand Inquisitor as well, and some other things are being introduced in the series as well, and at the end it teased at the end the return of Hayden Christiansen's Darth Vader, who's going to be involved in this series as well. So in this video, this will be my full breakdown of the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, going over Star Wars Easter eggs and cool things and that they may have missed, and of course of some cool Star Wars Easter eggs in this trailer as well. So let's get into it. So the trailer starts with Obi-Wan Kenobi walking through, the desert, and then we see a camel walking through the desert with him as he's riding on it. And as we can see, these camels are called Opis, and now with these Opis, they're like camels that we've seen throughout the Star Wars universe, especially in the Phantom Menace as well. And then now with these, there are mammalian or herbivores and that are named to Tatooine. And then we hear Obi-Wan Kenobi narrating and say that the fight is done and we lost, and this is referring back to Revenge of the Sith. During the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi showdown in Revenge of the Sith. And then we see him walking through a Tatooine or some other parts of Tatooine as well. And then we see him looking over what it looks like to be the moisture farm from A New Hope, because that's where Luke Skywalker was at the time before he became a Jedi in A New Hope. He was a farmer on the moisture farm. And then Obi-Wan looks over the moisture farm, and then we see a young Luke Skywalker and with those goggles on. This is from flashbacks as well. And then after that, he lowers binoculars down, and then we get a full look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then as you see the Lucasfilm pop up, but we hear a soundtrack of Duel of the Fates, and now with this Duel of the Fates as soundtrack of this score, this is actually from the events of Phantom Menace, where we saw Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber the duel between someone else, and with the John Williams coming back to compose for the series, it makes sense because with the John Williams, he's been composing music throughout the Star Wars movies as well. And then we see what it looks like to be the Inquisitor's ship, and it is flying to the Fallen Order, which is going to be the Inquisitor's headquarters in the series, and with the Inquisitors that are going to be involved as well. And this is like an exact reference from the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where with these Inquisitors, they hunt down and kill Jedi that survived from Order 66, and that's why in the next shot we see the Grand Inquisitor. And next we see like a train, like a special train going through the desert as well, and then we see Obi-Wan on the train along with a bunch of other people as well, and then we see someone hanging looking like they are dead, and then we see one of the Inquisitors that's going to be in this series. Its name is Inquisitor Riva, and then we see the return of Uncle Owen, and now with Uncle Owen, he's from Revenge of the Sith, and now according to one of the Entertainment Weekly photos that were recently released for the series for Obi-Wan Kenobi, we saw Uncle Owen and Inquisitor Riva staring at each other, looking like they're about to fight. And then we see what it looks like to be Inquisitor Riva and Obi-Wan Kenobi walking through what looks like to be a new planet that's going to be in this series as well. And it looks like they're going to be. It seems like we're going to be introduced to a new planet in the Star Wars universe called Deju. And now what the writer described it as graffiti written nightlife, and that's why we see all this, probably all the graffiti that's going to be in this as well, and then describe it as kind of like a Hong Kong kind of planet. And now with these droids that we see in the scene, and these looks like to be a tease series droids that we've seen throughout the Star Wars universe, and these droids served in the Clone Wars. And now these are far more intelligent than like standard droids, and they're like very intelligent and have advanced software in them. And then for what we see, it looks like to be the Grand Inquisitor saying where is he, and then spinning a lightsaber at someone. This is probably because in the series for the plot, the Inquisitors are the main villains of the series that are going to try to hunt down Obi-Wan Kenobi since he is a Jedi. And now what is what we're seeing right here, it kind of looks like the Corsian underworld, and now what it is, it's used to being described as the lower parts of a Corsian. It's filled with weapons, ruins of like crime, like venues and clubs, and with the ventilation shaft or underground portal, it uses to access the heart during the Clone Wars. And now, when this Inquisitor walked with the Stormtroopers, this is the Inquisitor known as the Big Brother, who we also saw last in the animated Star Wars series of Star Wars Rebels. And now we're being introduced to a live action Big Brother Inquisitor, who's going to be in this series as well. And now, with this Inquisitor, he was a green-skinned Inquisitor from the Galactic Empire, and he was dispatched by Darth Vader during the growing rebellion of the Empire. And now for what we see here, it looks like to be Inquisitor Reva, because she is part of the Inquisitors, and she looks like she's in a fight with somebody using her lightsaber. And now what it's like, she is part of the Inquisitors that hunt down and kill Jedi that survive from Order 66. And with Reva a part of the Inquisitors, as she's what Inquisitors she is looking like to be in a fight with somebody. The next we see is someone putting their hand against something kind of like a shadow, and then what we see on these curtains or the walls, it sounds like sort of like armors letters that we've seen throughout the Star Wars universe, and of course we see them throughout the book of Boba Fett. And now with these armors letters, and on the right it says like N, which translates to Nern, and now on the lower left it has a question mark which stands over Trill. And then we see Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it looks like he's about to be in like a showdown with somebody, and then like he's like fighting someone in like a showdown or like a battle or something, and then we see his sun blasting out, and then we see a bunch of owls or birds like flying around, and then as we see on the color of those birds or those owls, this could be like described as like what we saw of young Ahsoka, and we could be seeing a younger version of Ahsoka in the series, and also the last time we saw Ahsoka in spoilers, I haven't seen the book of Boba Fett episode 6. We last saw Ahsoka in episode 6 of the book of Boba Fett, and in the Mandalorian season 2 when she was introduced in live action after the Clone Wars as well. And now we all know that Ahsoka is getting her own spin-off series, which is taking place after the events of the series of Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And now the owl is mostly known as a Morai, and this owl is a way to describe Ahsoka. And then the trailer ends with Obi-Wan Kenobi as he's looking all around at something, as he's about to prepare for battle against the Inquisitors, who are the villains of the series as well. And then the trailer ends with the Obi-Wan Kenobi logo, and then we hear the breathing of Darth Vader, who's about to return in the series as well. And with the Hayden Christiansen's return as Darth Vader, and recently Entertainment Weekly posted this photo, as in our first look at Hayden Christiansen's return as Darth Vader in the series. And now with the series is supposed to have the rematch between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader in the series, as well as have the rematch of the century. And yeah, and overall, when this first trailer for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I thought that this was great, and I can't wait for the series. And now, even though it's called a teaser trailer, I don't know if we'll get another trailer soon, but hopefully we'll do. And then one of those lines in the teaser trailer that says, "Between darkness and defeat, hope survives." This is going to be probably because of Obi-Wan Kenobi like struggling, because after his showdown with Darth Vader, there's probably going to be like him preparing for a battle between the Inquisitors, who are going to be the main villains in the series as well, and especially the fact that we're going to see a showdown between the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi in the series, and with the Hayden Christensen returning in this series as Darth Vader. So yeah, I'm super pumped for this series. I'm very looking forward to it, and I'm planning on covering the show from beginning to end when it comes on to Disney Plus on May 25th. So yeah, I'm very excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series to come to Disney Plus. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know thoughts in the comments down below, and what are your thoughts on this first Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, and let me know if there's any cool Star Wars Easter eggs or things that I missed that you didn't notice in this trailer. Let me know thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the notification bell for future videos, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.